Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 15 of my Southampton series. This is of course a fixture review plus a live com against Reading. Probably not the greatest game to be live comming, but it's a game, it's Reading, make of it what you will, but I always find these games quite difficult. So we're going to the transfers first of all, because we did make a little bit of activity, as you guys can probably imagine. We decided to bring in Zivkovic, Rikario Zivkovic, not the other Zivkovic that we signed earlier in the series that eventually got a release clause transfer to Dortmund, but we signed the other guy that was at Ajax, that I have used on last year's version of the game when we were doing the Dutch players only with Ajax. Of course, he was already at the club. He is a very, very good player. 4.5-star potential, four-star current ability. Sorry, I can't really talk today for some reason. He's improving nicely. He's a bit hit and miss at the moment, and we'll go over that. He's only scored 2 goals in the Premier League, and as you can see, he's not doing too well with his average ratings at the moment. We are playing an advanced forward. He is more suited to the complete forward role, though. I did have it on complete forward for a little while, but it just didn't really work out, and I think the tactic was suffering a little bit from it. Another thing I should mention is we have had quite a few tough fixtures, which we'll get into in a second. But the other player I brought in was Carlos Tamaguila, a Peruvian regen, very good centre-back, prospect. He did fail a work permit, but then I decided to send him out on loan. Couldn't send him to Barrow because their transfer window shut on the 31st, and that was when we got him in, as you can see, right on deadline day. He was only 750k. I forgot to mention Zivkovic was bought for 21.5 mil, and we had to offer him 100k wages, which I was really pissed off about. But I think someone else was trying to sign him at the same time as us. So yeah, there was some competition there, and the only way he would talk to me, I had to talk him up a bit. I think I might have actually even promised him Champions League football the end of next season, and he wanted 100k as well. So yeah, not the greatest in the world, but yeah, 750k for Tom Aguila, and yeah, we loaned him straight out to a team that he can actually play at. Any more outs? No, just Tom Aguila and Ryan Seeger out on loan, but I think we already mentioned him in the previous episode because that was done in July. Okay, so that's the transfers that we didn't get to go over because they happened after the preseason episode. Let's get into the fixtures. Now, we've had some decent fixtures, and we've had a tough run of games, to be fair. Of course, you guys saw the boring 0-0 draw in the previous episode against Aston Villa. We followed that up with another draw, 1-1 coming at home to Leicester. Mahrez got a penalty in the 70th minute, which he dispatched. Iturbe managed to equalise in the 87th minute, and we just managed to get a point in that game. We then followed it up with a victory over Yeovil in the Capital One Cup second round. Balic and Zivkovic in extra time with a penalty each. The next game was a loss to Crystal Palace. Yeah, pretty disappointing, as you can see. Kramaric opened the scoring for them. Zivkovic got his second goal for the club and equalised, and then Pablo Sarabia managed to get a late goal in a game we probably should have won, at the very least drawn. And yeah, I was quite unhappy to concede that late goal there. And yeah, safe to say, not a happy chappy. The next game was against Newcastle, a 2-2 draw at home. Not the greatest result in the world again, but it was pretty even, the game, so a bit more of a fair result. Hwanmi and Wanyama on the score sheet for us, Sissoko and Ings for Newcastle. We then managed to beat Arsenal 1-0 away from home at the Emirates. Zivkovic managed to get another goal for the club. He's second in the Premier League, and he hasn't scored since. Higuain also missed a penalty for Arsenal in the 63rd minute. As you can see, we didn't deserve to actually win this game, so quite a decent little 1-0 result. We followed that up in the Capital One Cup third round against Blackpool, another 1-0 result. Iheanacho managed to get a goal for himself in a rare start since signing Zivkovic. We then went through a tough run of games. As you can see, in the Premier League, we went from Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool. So some massive games were played over, basically it was a month and a half, really. Man City was up next. We lost 2-0 at home. Their new signing, Guedes, I think they paid 56 million for this guy. And he doesn't look outstanding by any means. He's only 21 though. As you can see, 56 million. He is actually tearing the league up at the moment. And of course, Man City are coming first as well. So I guess if you're going to pay 56 million to come first, it kind of recuperates itself in a way. Plus, he's only 21. So yeah, that was a disappointing loss, but expected. We then lost 3-1 to Chelsea away from home at Stamford Bridge. Hazard, Morata and Fabregas for them. Fellaini got sent off with a straight red in the 4th minute, and that was coming back from injury in his first game back. So yeah, great start. He actually picked up a 3-match ban for that as well because it was a bad challenge. Yeah, not good at all. He was actually our best ball-winning midfielder as well prior to his injury. Juanmi got on the score sheet for us as well. But we were never coming back from 3 goals down against Chelsea. We then lost in a pretty close game against Liverpool at home, a 1-0 loss. Daniel Sturridge in the 9th minute. We didn't actually have a shot on target, however. And yeah, their goal was only a defensive blunder, really. Once again, playing Phil Jones is not a good idea. That guy is just horrible for me. I don't know why, but anyway. Probably one of the... him and Shawcross probably take the cake for worst defenders I've ever signed, I think. The next game, we finally bounced back with a win after 3 straight losses against quality opposition. But we beat Watford 4-2 away from home. Pretty decent to score 4 goals away. Balic got a brace for himself. Iturbe and Sakai with a very late goal in the 89th minute. And the last game I played was against Swansea in the Capital One Cup 4th round. Played a bit of a rotated side and we got punished for it. But it was again quite a jammy result there. 3 goals from 3 shots on target for Swansea. Szczesny and Van Dijk should be shot. They played absolutely disgustingly and yeah, not happy at all to be knocked out of the cup against a team like Swansea that we should probably be beating. Kostic got a late goal for us, but once again, we were never really in the contest. So that basically wraps things up for the fixtures. We've got the live com to go over now. We've never actually lost or drawn to Reading. We played them twice and we've won both games. And yeah, looking forward to this game. It's going to be tough. They are in 19th. I'll show you the league table before we get into this actually, because we're not doing quite well at the moment, as you can imagine, with those quite a few losses in a row as well. In the league. We've played 9 games already. We're only on 9 points, which is not great at all. But to be fair, we have played 4 of the top, 6 teams, and they're actually probably the best 4 in the top 6 at the moment. You got Everton and Tottenham, who we could both beat, possibly. But yeah, we are in 16th. A win today could put us up into basically 12th-ish. And yeah, Reading are down in 19th with 5 points, so they've actually lost 5 games in a row, so they're definitely due for a win, and they will probably get a decent result against us here today. If we don't win, I hope we don't lose. The draw would be a bad result, but not the worst one in the world. Yeah, today's lineup will be Szczesny in goals. We got Chambers as the right centre back, Van Dijk. Disappointing after last game. I'm actually going to give him... I'm going to warn him here for his last game. And apparently he wasn't... my criticism is uncalled for, despite getting a 6-match rating. Yeah, piss poor effort, mate. Yeah, Van Dijk will be the ball-playing defender. McCarthy will be the left centre-back today, dropping Jones out of the whole team, actually, because he is rubbish. Katembwe will be the left-back, Sakai the right-back, Wanyama and Balic will be our two central midfielders today, with Iturbe on the right, Hwanmi on the left, and Zivkovic up front. Contemplating actually dropping Zivkovic. His last 5 games have been very poor. Romero, Font, Emeterio, Fellaini, Myers, Bernard and Iheanacho on the bench today. Probably expect to see Iheanacho come off the bench. Again, he's not actually in very good goal scoring form himself at the moment, but what can you do? What can you do? Okay, so we are the favourites here. As expected, we are at home against a weaker team. And I'm going to tell the boys to play their natural game. I actually haven't gotten that Team Talk option very often so far this season. And I always seem to find that when I get to choose that, the team plays a lot better. So, yeah, it worries me that it's not coming up very often. And there we go, we got the opening goal just under 4 minutes in. Zivkovic finally scores a goal. It's been a while. The Arsenal game, I think, was the last time that he scored. So, very happy with that. Okay. So, I'm glad we got the opening goal, because usually people are scoring goals against us quite early on. But that's what I mean. Like, we get that Team Talk option, and we seem to be playing well. I'm probably jinxing it right now. Oh my god, Chambers. Chambers. Oh my god. Shambles. Absolute shambles at the back there. Oh, I can't even comment. That is so weak. From a player of his quality, that is weak. That's really annoying. Ugh. Defensive blunders. This is the 4th season that I've played so far. And every season, it's just defensive blunders in pretty much every game. I haven't actually kept that many clean sheets so far in this year's version of the game. And it's worrying. It really is. I don't know, is it my tactic? I mean, we're essentially playing with 5 at the back. We are playing with advanced wing backs, that are on support, but we are playing with 3 centre backs as well, so I just don't know. Anyway, gotta make a sub here. Should be Chambers, but we will bring Bernard on for Hwanmi, and we'll see how that goes for now. Bernard hasn't really impressed either so far this season. It is his first season at the club, but we spent a little bit of money on him, and I kind of want to be repaid with a few assists and a couple of goals here and there by him. And Reading are actually on the attack here, keeping possession. Like I said, we've won the ball back here, but like I said, I wouldn't be very happy with the draw, but oh, here we go. Oh my god, how did we not score there? Oh, Iturbe had the best chance to score a goal there. We've got another highlight. Almost won the ball there, Iturbe. And Green brings the ball forward for Reading. Plays it into Lacadia. Oh, and he has absolutely shanked that. Oh my god, I thought that was 2-1. Lucky. Alright, well, I'm going to make another sub here because things aren't working. I'm going to bring Myers on for Balic, playing a 6.6. Not impressed. Come on, boys. Trying to encourage them. So far, teams, sideline team talks seem to do absolutely nothing. And it looks like it's going to be a draw here against Reading. That is a horrible result. I'm not happy with that. Chambers is an absolute dick. And I think I might actually drop him for the next game. Oh, he started off so nicely as well with that Zivkovic goal. That's really put a damper on things. We'll let Reed go out on loan. Even if, yeah, it's Bury, but oh well. Okay, so that's basically going to wrap this episode up, guys. A pretty disappointing result in the end, a 1-1 draw with Reading, but yeah, well, yeah, Callum Chambers probably did wonders for himself getting into the England squad with that performance. If you enjoyed today's episode, even though the result wasn't great, drop a like rating, that would be lovely. And if you're a new viewer, subscribe to the channel, and that should keep you up to date with all the episodes coming out in the future. I'll join you guys back for next episode, which will be the January transfer window, the end of it, sorry, where we'll go over all the transfers that I've made, as well as the fixtures between now and then, and a live com. So hope you guys will enjoy that, and I'll see you then. Goodbye, guys.